Palace, as I say, up against Sheffield United. For Crystal Palace, and Palace fans need no reminding of this, it remains 1 win in 12. Last time out, lost 5-0 to Arsenal. Tonight, it's Sheffield United. Roy Hodgson was asked, so is this must-win?
I don't know. I mean, you never know the answer to those things. In must-win games, I've never fully understood what the answer to people asking the question, is this a must-win game, is, because most games you go into, you desperately want to win them, and saying it's a must-win game doesn't win it for you. We're only going to win it if we play well and we're better than the opposition. They also are in a situation where they need points on the board, even more so than we do, so I'm pretty sure they're looking at it and thinking this is a game against a team in the same ballpark as we are ourselves, and this is a game that we need to win. So, as far as I'm concerned, the beauty of football is that games are must-win games because teams need to go out there and get the points on the board that's going to either move them into a safer position in the league, or, if you're in another part of the league, get you into the Champions League spots, which is also very important.
Okay.
Yes, would have done, wouldn't it?
A guided tour of what you must do to win games. The question probably needed to be funneled in a bit more with the old irascible Roy and say, is this a must-win game for you, Roy? Do you feel the pressure of losing to the bottom of the table side might make others look at things differently or be more challenging? Of course, he'll say, I can't speak for others, he'll say. I maintain the view that if Palace... I think Palace will win tonight, because I think Sheffield United, despite the fact that Wilder's gone in there and made them better, I still think Palace will beat them. But my feeling was, if Palace, say, drew with Sheffield United and got beat to Brighton, it might force the hands of those that make the decisions, if they've got their minds aligned with who they want. I mean, we talk about Graham Potter. I don't see Graham Potter going to Crystal Palace. Maybe he will, but I don't see that as a direction of travel for someone that's managed their biggest rivals. This isn't the day of Terry Venables and Alan Mullery. Those days have gone. I don't see a Brighton manager potentially coming in to manage Crystal Palace, specifically a Brighton manager that's gone into Chelsea and gone to a club that spends money and knows that the Palace aren't going to give them a lot of support economically, albeit they haven't got as bad a squad as people would like you to believe that they have. I mean, the must-win game is not an expression that gets really coined inside the football industry. It gets coined outside it by the media. So, of course, I can understand why Roy's not going to answer that question, because every game you must win, because somewhere along the line someone's going to be critical of you.
But the thing is, Simon, many Palace fans, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong out there, concur with the idea, well, you won't go down with Roy Hodgson.
I don't think you will.
Yeah, so you're one of them. But if they come unstuck tonight against Sheffield United, who gain a very vital 3 points, and Palace stay where they are, it'll still be only 5 wins in 21, and you might just go down with Roy.
There's always a possibility, absolutely. But I think the balance of probability would suggest that Roy Hodgson has just about enough, well, he has lots of knowledge, not just about enough, has the ability to be able to get this team and navigate them to safety, as he has done on a number of occasions. And whilst eventually, if you keep trying your luck will run out. I don't think Palace are in that situation. I think Sheffield United may have a moment in the sun this evening. I don't think they will, and that's not just because I have a bias about the football club that I support. It's just that I don't think Sheffield United are that great a side. And Palace, forget the Arsenal performance. Arsenal are one of the best teams in the division. They spent £250 million in transfer windows. They came second or third in the Premier League last year. Second last year, wasn't it? In the Premier League. And so with that in mind, you're comparing apples with oranges. When you get Palace against Sheffield United and Palace against other sides, they will be competitive and they will get results. Yeah. And I suspect they'll get a result this evening.
It's just that in more recent times, for the first time, we saw some protests, some banners regarding where Palace are.
But I don't really think that's at
the
Roy
standing
Hodgson.
still.
I think that's at other people, isn't it? They're taking
the board.
They're taking what they feel their frustration, their entitlement out.
Yeah, we'll see what the mood is in the first home game since then tonight.
Oh, I think the mood will be fine. But I think the Palace fans, as a matter of course, are pretty supportive of their team. If you give them nothing to support, you have to ask the question, what should they be doing? Okay. So if Palace don't play well this evening and they make it a 4-act play out of dealing with Sheffield United, then the fans will have something to say about it.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10. On AM, on DAB, via the TalkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. TalkSPORT.